looks like we are going to start a new project. I wonder if there is some stuff involved that could potentially explode and kill someone. I better go ask that guy Mike. Man, he irks me with his Spock-like personality. I am still not sure he speaks English. I usually just hear acronyms and numbers coming out of his mouth. Mike, I want to build a new project so that we can make mad loot, but I don't want to blow stuff up and have the OSHA and DPA come in and send me to jail. Can you help me stay out of jail? Sure. No problem. All we need to do is follow the rules and do things in the order defined by people way smarter than me. OSHA recognizes ISA84 as the recognized and good generally accepted engineering practice. We don't have to do this, but if we choose not to, we must do something at least if not more stringent. If we choose to ignore this and if something happens, you are going to be in deep kimchi and some very smart people will be asking you questions that you will struggle to answer. Okay, please keep me out of prison and try to explain this stuff to me like you are talking to a human being and not in your jargon-laden Spock language with the numbers and acronyms. No problem. Look, this is not brain surgery. The people that put this standard together were smart but practical. They know that a calculation won't stop an explosion and that a company must make money. This is not an academic exercise, as the people that wrote this thing have all known people that died because someone did not want to listen and thought they knew better than the collective intelligence of an established community of practice. It all starts with the process hazard analysis, or PHA. Here we gather up all the Spocks, usually consisting of a team of 5 to 8 experienced people. A facilitator keeps things on task and runs through a predetermined set of guide words that make you examine the cause and consequence of some bad stuff happening in your process. There is a bunch of software out there to use, such as Excellentia, which we own. If you use Excellentia, by the way, the whole process rolls right into the next step, which is LOPA. This team should be a small group, not a disco party with everyone and their brother attending, by the way. Okay, so far it sounds straightforward, right? After analyzing the hazards and looking at what you already have in place, we begin to see if there is a gap between what you have decided was the level of risk you accept to do business and the level of protection you currently have. Usually the guy leading this effort is certified in safety stuff by some organization like ISA84 or the TUV. It's not a requirement, but there are some specific rules that need to be followed. This person should have a high degree of familiarity with this stuff. Don't let the janitor run the LOPA unless of course the janitor is certified. The rules are that the independent protection layers you take credit for must be specific, auditable, independent, and dependable. So next you are going to look at what stuff you have in place already that you claim credit for. Say you have an alarm and a well-defined procedure that the operator uses to bring the system to a safe state, or a relief valve. Well, you will take some credit for that. If that is enough credit and there is no gap, you're good to go. If there is a gap, well, you then need another layer of protection. What if there is still a gap? Well, this is where you would consider creating a SIF or a safety instrumented function to close the gap. You would determine the gap and sit down and design a specific, dependable, independent function that protected against the specific hazard. You start with the SRS or Safety Requirement Specification. This is where you define and design this function. This definitely requires a high degree of familiarity in this stuff at this point. The key here is being practical, and designing this stuff in accordance with the standard and science and math so that we provide a highly effective protection layer without breaking the bank for absolutely no reason. Some people just throw stuff together that is certified or add arbitrary redundancy. This does not work. This stuff is a little more complicated than that. I thought you said it was not brain surgery. Also, all these acronyms are driving me crazy. Can you talk like a human? Look, I said it was not brain surgery, but I did not say it was easy. This is why the guys that do this make so much money.